Hello everybody, Prowl here, and the Chase the Skies update is here. I'm recording this before it comes out, but this video is coming out on release day of the summer drop Chase the Skies. And I'm going to tell you about all of the awesome things that are in this update that you need to know about. And there's a few of them. There's everything from the dried Ghast to the happy Ghast. So some huge changes with leads and the way that those work. Some important recipe changes and the brand new vibrant visuals update for Bedrock Edition that will eventually come to Java Edition. So I want to cover all these things for you in a way that makes it easy to understand and just get the information that you want. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing is the dried Ghast. The dried Ghast is a new, I guess, block, but really creature that you can find in the game. Now, there's two ways to actually get the dried Ghast. You can try to find one by exploring in the Nether, or you can craft one with 8 Ghast tears plus 1 soul sand. I like this. I feel like this is a really good recipe for it. A lot of people were worried about, oh, well, if you make it so people can craft it, then that's going to kind of make it meaningless to go find. For the average player, getting 8 Ghast tears is not easy to do. They're not easy to shoot and kill. They move around a lot. The tears half the time fall into the lava. This is a pretty good trade-off. I like this. I'm okay with this. Now, in terms of where to find the dry Ghast, you will find it in soul sand valleys next to nether fossils. Now, once you're in the nether and you come to a soul sand valley, you're going to want to look for these. You want to look for fossils. And let's see if any of these have a dried Ghast at them. This one does not. Ah, here we go. Here's one right here. So there's one. Do we have 2? 2. So you see they're not that hard to find. This isn't too bad. You're gonna have to find the Soul Sand Valley, and getting through the Nether is not easy. But once you get here, when you see fossils poking up, just head that way and look at them. Look, they're all over the place, the fossils. And then just look around them, and you should be able to find yourself a few of the dried Ghast. There's another, and there's another. Not bad at all. Definitely going to be easier to find them than it's going to be to craft them, in my opinion. So if you're wondering, what is the point of the dried Ghast? Well, the dried Ghast is what helps you get a happy Ghast. Now, to get the happy Ghast, and happy Ghast, super duper duper game-changingly important. If you like to build or explore even, you're going to want a happy Ghast. So take your dried Ghast, sit him down, and just give him some water. And then give him some time. And there you go. So once your dry Ghast is fully hydrated, you will get the baby Ghast. And the baby Ghast can actually be fed and be grown quickly into a happy Ghast. What does it eat? He likes snowballs. Feed him a bunch of snowballs. And there you go. You have yourself a happy Ghast, and he is attracted, the happy Ghast is attracted to snowballs. So if you want to make him fly towards you, have some snowballs on you. Now, you may wonder, well, how do I use this happy Ghast? What do I do with him? Well, first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make a harness, and a harness could be made with any color wool, 3 leather, and 2 glass. Once you get that harness, go ahead and click it on your happy Ghast, and he will be wearing it. And now is when the fun comes in with the happy Ghast. What we want to do is we want to take this guy. Let's see if we can get him over here. And we want to ride our happy Ghast. And when we hold down the forward button, we will go forward. Hold down the backwards button, we go backwards. Strafe left, right. To go up, you need to look up and then press forward. To go down, you want to look down. Press forward. Oh, you could go up by jumping too, but you can't go down by crouching because crouch will make you dismount. But look what happens when you dismount. The Ghast becomes a platform that you can walk on. This is going to be great for building anything that's above player reach. For example, we have this nice village over here, and maybe, just maybe, one of these village structures, let's just pretend that it is a structure that I am actually building in survival. Rather than having to pillar up, placing down a bunch of blocks or scaffolding or something of that nature to build this, I could actually just bring my happy Ghast over, raise him up a little bit, let's say I have my blocks on me. Now I can get up here and I can build. And I can even go around and build on them just like this. Look at how easy this is going to be. It's almost like you're in creative mode, but you don't have infinite blocks and you move around a little bit slower. But building anything at height is going to be forever changed now. It's going to be so much different and so much better than it was before. And remember, you could either do it the way that I'm doing it now, where I am flying on the Happy Ghast, or you could get off of him and you can place blocks down like this. Keep one thing in mind though, once you get actually off of it, like once I jump over here, he's gonna free roam and he's gone. I can get him to come back with my snowball when I'm ready. And then once he comes close, I can click him. But just keep that in mind. He's going to want to escape. But this literally changes building in Minecraft to an extent I don't think people realize yet. And it just looks cool when you ride him. And not only that, look, goggles on, goggles off, goggles on. This is so cool. And not only can you ride it by yourself, you can get 3 other people to ride it with you. 4 total people can ride on the Happy Ghast. Now, that's not the only thing the Happy Ghast is useful for, but I'm going to show you the other thing here when I talk about something in a moment. So we're going to talk about leads. But first, just some other minor things that have been changed or added to the game. First of all, there is a new music disc called Tears. The way that you get this is return to sender, meaning that when you go to the nether and a ghast shoots a fireball at you, you swing at that fireball, knock it back at the ghast, and you kill the ghast with that fireball, and you'll get yourself the return to sender music disc. Also, there are some recipe changes that you need to be aware of. You can now craft a lead without slime. The slime recipe is actually gone. You just need 5 string. Saddles can now be crafted. Before, you could only find them in loot chests. So now, instead of finding saddle in loot chests, you'll find leather. And then you can craft a saddle with 3 leather and 1 iron. You can use a lead to remove saddles from mobs easily. Just use the lead and clip the saddle off. And then also another change is that carrots are now what is used to tame, heal, and grow horses, donkeys, and mules. So another thing I wanted to show you before we go over some changes to the lead and what that means for the Happy Ghast, there is a new multiplayer feature called a locator bar. Use my phone here really quick to join the world, and you'll see a locator bar has appeared, and this locator bar is a way for you to find your friends that are in the world. You see the little blue square right there. That's where my other account is. You see I come over here, I have found my other account. Now you can turn this feature off in the multiplayer settings for your world. Also, you can see that if you crouch, the locator goes away. Also, if you use a potion of invisibility. So there's ways that you can get around showing on there if you're trying to sneak up on your friends and play with them. So here is the thing with the Happy Ghast and leads. They have completely reworked leads to where you not only can attach a lead to a single mob like you've always been able to do, but you can chain multiple mobs together on leads. I think if I crouch and place it, there you go. Look, I've attached those 2 together. Now I can click on him, and now I have a little chain of mobs around me. I can attach this to the chicken. Now I can lead the chicken. Or I can take my lead off the chicken. And I think I can reattach to anybody. No, I can't. You cannot attach to who's in the middle. Can I attach to the guy at the end? I cannot. You can only attach to whoever the leader is, whoever the last person attached to is. So now I can pick my chicken, and I could lead him to this guy right here if I wanted to. Actually, did that wrong. There we go. So now they're all stuck together. I can even go as far as like leading these 3 to a single thing as well. See? So you can start tying leads together and attach leads to other things. This is a really big change. And one reason or one way that this change is going to help in a lot of different ways is you can actually use this to move mobs around very easily in your world. And you can do that via the Happy Ghast. There we go. So look, I've attached all of those to my Happy Ghast. And now if I were to get into my Happy Ghast, which you can't really, you can't see it too good. Where is it? There we go. You can see that I'm carrying all of those mobs below me on my Happy Ghast. Get off and look. There you go. So my happy gas can be used to transport mobs. Now, when is this going to be the most useful? Let me show you. Here I have a bunch of villagers and boats and a wandering trader that is being very annoying. So look what I'm going to do. I am going to start with the boat that's going to be in the back, I think. I'm gonna click, I'm gonna hold shift and I'm gonna try holding shift and click him onto this boat if I can. There we go. Same thing here. Click this boat, attach it to this one. Click this boat, attach it to this one. Bring my happy Ghast over. And if I did this right, I should be able to lead this boat, and this boat. We get a snowball here to make the happy Ghast come towards me. Come on, buddy. Oh, no. Come on. Come on. This is the worst part about these guys. Come here. Now, look. Oh, I forgot to shift click. See? I messed up. Shift click. Now, look at this. I'm going to take him up in the air so I can hop off and show you guys what we got going on here. For all of you that have had a bunch of issues and find it really annoying to move villagers around, there you go. Look how easy that is. We have 12 villagers there in only a matter of seconds. Super easy to move with the happy Ghast. Also, if you've used villagers on Bedrock Edition in boats before, you know that boats have not been able to be pulled out of water on Bedrock Edition prior to this update. Now it should work. See, the boats are touching water. I should, if they actually fix this, be able to lift them out now. There you go. Happy Ghast is awesome. So if your mind wasn't blown already, Minecraft has added a crazy graphics update to this patch. Let me show you vibrant visuals. They're not turned on now, but we can get out of game here, go to our settings, video settings, change graphics mode from fancy to vibrant visuals. And then you're going to want to set these settings that are appropriate for your device. It's kind of hard for me to tell you what that's going to be. So here's some basic information. From my experience, and the lower end your device is, the more these settings are probably going to matter. But shadow quality and clouds do not really affect too much performance of the game. Reflections, a bit. Volumetric fog, a bit. And bloom, a little bit as well. The two things that you're going to want to mess with the most are your upscaling mode, TAAU or bilinear. TAAU will look a little bit better, but perform a little bit worse than bilinear, at least in my experience. And then most importantly, the resolution. You can run it anywhere from automatic, where it'll just detect what's best for your system and try to hit a certain frame rate, or you have 33, 66, 75, and native. What this setting does is it actually lowers the resolution of your game, and then it uses an upscaling method to try to upscale it, saving on performance. This makes a really big difference. Let's hop into game. I'm going to leave it everything maximum quality right now. And here we are. We are in vibrant visuals. Look at the reflection on the water. Let me do time set day so we get a little bit better angle on the sun. Get the reflection of the sun there in the sky. The shadow of you, the player, it just makes the world look and feel so much more alive. And actually, that sun is looking a little dim. So I'm actually going to go and change another setting that I think I have a little bit too low right now. I'm going to go to my video settings. And then this is another one you're going to want to mess with. This is the brightness setting. In my experience, do not pay attention to this thing in the middle at all, because if I set this down to where that left is not visible at all, you're going to see my daylight doesn't really look like daylight anymore. It almost looks like nighttime with the sun out. It's not good. Hopefully they fix this. But for now, what we'll do is I'm going to bring it just a touch above half. And I think that'll hit a good spot for me. Yeah, just kind of play around with it a little bit, but somewhere just above or just below half is probably going to be pretty good. The higher the sun gets in the sky, the brighter it'll get too. Time set, let's do 1600. There we go. So as you see, it's getting a little bit higher in the sky. It gets a little bit brighter out here, but it looks great. It looks so good. And then if I do time set to midnight, nighttime looks amazing as well. Get this nice warm glow from the lights that just looks really good and way more realistic in terms of lighting than Minecraft has ever looked. You can see here the glow of the Nether portal is really cool, and Vibrant Visuals has completely changed the look of the Nether. Looks really cool, really ominous. I like it a lot. The visuals here are so cool. And the different biomes will give different looks to those visuals, the particles, the glow. It's really nice. And then here's what the end looks like. Kind of dark and void with the end cities lighting up the horizon. And then, hopefully we can catch it here in just a moment. There's this really weird, oh, where is it? Weird flashing purple light that just randomly appears in random areas. This is not a bug. This is intended because it's changed multiple times as they've gone through this. So I'm not sure what that means exactly for the lore of the end. You guys tell me down in the comments below. But the end is now a much different place than it was previously. There it is. Oh, wow. See? Totally different location, different brightness. Kind of nuts. So yes, this is vanilla Minecraft now. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. It's fine. If you're wondering, is this shaders? Kind of, yeah. This is like Minecraft's like shader pack, basically. Now, what you will and won't see, probably, first of all, that people can make third-party changes to these quote-unquote shaders in the game. Basically what those do, they're not their own separate independent shaders. So everything is not a different shader pack that you see when you start seeing these downloads become available. What they are changes and settings to this like pre-built Minecraft shader pack. And I imagine here in not too long, you're going to start seeing these quote unquote shader packs appear in the Minecraft marketplace. So keep a lookout, especially you console people, because I've seen some of these custom-made packs, and some of them look incredibly good and make what you see here look even better than it already does. Now, one last thing really quick before we finish things up. We were talking about the quality settings, and I wanted to show you what kind of a difference one of them here makes. I'll let you experiment with all the rest, but the important one that I think that you really need to understand from me is the resolution. So you saw how crisp things were when we were in native. If I turn it all the way down to 33%, you see it doesn't look good at all. Basically, it's taken the resolution and it's decreased it by a lot, and then it's trying to like digitally enhance it and upscale it to smoothen it out. Performance-wise, it's gonna perform really good. Maybe even better than having Vibrant Visuals off. I'm not sure, but it doesn't look very good. So as you go through and you step this up, you're going to get better visual quality out of it. If I go to 50%, you see we're right here. Still not great looking. I'm sure, especially if you put it on ran it like this on a really big screen, not gonna look that great. When you start getting up to 66%, starts to look a decent amount better. Like I could see wanting to play like this versus playing Minecraft without the vibrant visuals turned on. You still get the reflections and you get the cool looking shadows. Let me get us the longer shadows. There we go. You get the awesome looking shadows and all of that. Looks really good. I think the sweet spot is going to hit right here, 75% though. At 75%, you don't really feel like you lose much visual quality up close. It's usually just things that are further away that you feel like you lose that quality. And then you can even start to mess around a little bit with some of the other settings that are available. Maybe I want to try the bilinear instead and see if that performs a little bit better or maybe looks a little bit better to me. This actually, I feel like this bilinear does look a little bit better. So I kind of like that. And just find yourself that perfect balancing point of where do I need to set these different settings to get myself a smooth playing experience, or do you have a good enough piece of hardware to be able to run it at native resolution, which is going to get you your best and most crisp quality of picture. If you enjoyed this update video, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what is your favorite feature of the new Minecraft summer drop. Also, will you let me know, how do you feel about the whole drops way of doing things versus Minecraft's old way of doing things of one major update per year? Seems to be something that is in discussion lately, and I'm curious your thoughts on that. Also, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.